Hello everybody. Today we're going to look at creating columns, how to work with columns in a Word document. And I'm also going to show you how to change already keyed in text into columns. But first, let's see how to create columns using a new Word document. To select columns, we will go to the Page Layout tab. Under the Page Layout tab, we have an option that says Columns. Click on Columns and go to the option that says More Columns. The next window that appears, it will show you all your options if you want to create columns. These are predefined settings, but you can create more than 3 columns. Here where it says number of columns, you can type in how many columns you would like to have in your document, all depending on the instructions you receive. But you can have 4, 5, 6 columns. Like I said, all depending on what your instructions is. But for today, let's use 2 columns. And the moment when you select 2 columns, you have more options available. For example, here you have what they call the line between. So you can put a line between your columns if you have instruction to do so. And then you have a preview. Do you see this preview here? So when I deselect line between, the line disappears between the columns. When I click on line between, the line will appear between the columns. Let's leave this in so that you can see what will happen when we create the columns. The next thing you will see is width and spacing. This is default settings in Microsoft Word. At the moment, the width for each column is 7.34 centimeters, and the spacing between the columns is 1.25 centimeters. Now, this can be changed by deselecting equal column width. So this option over here will be automatically selected. So if you want to change, for example, the spacing, you can deselect equal column width, and you can change the spacing, for example, maybe just to 1 centimeter. But just keep in mind, it will change the size of your columns as well. So if you prefer your columns to be equal, rather keep it at equal column width. Right, did you see what happened? I changed the spacing, but the width is now the same again for column 1 and for column 2. And then the last option you have here is where they say apply to. At the moment, it will apply to the whole document. And there's another option that says this point forward. Now, we will have a look later what this point forward means. So for now, let me show you what's going to happen. We're going to click on OK. The moment when we click on OK, you will notice a change in the ruler as well. Now your document is split into 2 sections. So when you're going to type your document, I'm just going to type some text here. Typing text in columns and working with columns. Right, do you see what happens? Your information is not running over the page anymore because now you are in column mode. And very important, when you want to go from the one column to the next column, we have to make a column break. Right. Now, the trick is with a column break is where is the cursor. And I've found over the years that the best thing to do is just to enter once after the last text in the column. So with other words, you enter once before you make your column break. To make a column break so that you can go to the next column, again under page layout, there is breaks. Click on breaks and then select column. Did you see what happened? The moment when you selected the column break, your cursor is now in the second column. There's a line between the columns and the information is parallel, and that is the important thing why we enter once after the last text in the previous column, so that your columns are parallel. Right, then you type the information in the second column. Okay, and when you are finished with the information in your second column and you want to cancel the columns and move back to one normal column in your document, because maybe you just have to make 2 columns in one section of your document. Again, very important, remember to enter once after the last typed text. So you make sure that your cursor is in a new line. Now we are going to cancel the columns so that our document is back to normal. To do this, you will click on columns, you will go to more columns and change it back to 1 column, and this is where the important part comes in, where it says apply to. So you change this to this point forward and you say OK. Now you will see your cursor is flashing on the left hand side. The ruler is back to normal. Now you can continue typing your text as normal and your document is returned to normal, basically. If you have to insert an open line between the columns and your new text that you are typing, just ensure that you enter twice so that there is an open line. Again, this is just an example to show you how it works, and I hope that you find this easy. I'm going to make a next short video on how to change already typed text into columns. Thanks for watching.